I hate to say it, but the new Like a Dragon Beyond the Game, or the American title Like a Dragon Yakuza, the Amazon TV show. It's only 3 episodes so far. Somehow, it just managed to disappoint me. Is everything I like forced to have a weird adaptation that is just fine? And not only that, it manages to be just fine in the way that it just disappoints you, and you're like, oh. Watching these first 3 episodes, I was sighing out loud so many times. In a way, I was like, oh, that's where we're going? Huh, of course you did that. Huh, alright. It was literally like, while watching the show, I was literally doing the Kiryu scene from 2 where he slams his hand on the table and he walks off. Like, guys, you know, as Tiger Drop Films on this channel, you know I love Like a Dragon Yakuza. I love seeing the macho men tear off their shirts and fight each other, then go to an arcade afterwards and do stupid guy things. In this show, look, trying something different is fine. I'm all for it. But when you give me something different, I'm just pointing at the screen and going, okay, it's not gonna sit right with me. God. Like, you can see, you know, Japanese fans having similar reactions online. If you go to their comments, they're like, oh, Kiryu in this show said he wants to be a dragon. It's all he's ever wanted to be. Huh? It's like, I don't know, man. That does not seem like something Kiryu in any universe would do. He doesn't even do that in the original game. We all know Kiryu. He never calls himself the Dragon of Dojima. In this show, he pretty much does that explicitly. Even if you just take Yakuza 0, like, okay, this show is more about the first game, right? Like other adaptations, like the play, like the 2007 movie, okay. But even if you look at Yakuza 0, like, that game isn't mandatory. But even when you look at that game, he tells Shibusawa, you can keep the cute nickname. And then we actually get Shibusawa in the show, and he's just some guy, you know, that has him cleaning cars and stealing things. Then Shimano doesn't even look like Shimano. Okay, look. Nobody's gonna look one-to-one to their character from the games. That's fine, because they're video games. You know, even if the games have a bunch of characters who are scanned, there was a bunch of characters who are made, you know, in-house to be stylized, like Shimano. Shimano's a big, over-exaggerated guy. And we get to see Shimano in the same scene in this show with Sarah. You know, none of them look like the way they're supposed to. This is weird. This weird dissonance and adaptations. And I feel like this Beyond the Game TV show does that same thing. There's a lot of dissonance. I was not expecting Haruka to pop up, and apparently she's Ayoko's kid, Yumi's older sister. And the whole Haruka scene is so weird. Like, the way her and Kiryu meet is so weird. I know this game, I know this show has a Western, as, you know, writer, or partly, but the way Kiryu and Haruka meet, where he's like over the bathroom stall and she's hiding from the murderer guys, it's so weird. I know it's not meant to be taken that way, but like, they could have just done the scene from that we know when they first meet, where it's that Bantham or Bacchus, the bar, and she's holding the gun because there's a murder. Like, these scenes from the game and the show are supposed to be doing a similar thing, right? There was an act of violence that happened, Haruka's trying to hide, and Kiryu comes across her. But the way this Amazon show does is just so lackluster. And then we get to see Kiryu meet Yumi right after the scene, after the whole 10-year jump, and they're going to reveal why he was in jail for this version, but judging by the way people are reacting, I'm not even sure he killed old man Dojima. Hey, there's Dojima, old Sohei Dojima. Why would you make Dojima some kind of semi, not respectable, but semi, like, guy that commands presence? Come on. not Dojima, not that rat bastard. You know, like the whole dynamic between Yumi and Miho's alright. That's a new character, Miho. I think we all know where that's going. Something's gonna happen to her. The whole indie guy is weird. The florist, sigh, the way they did the whole flower thing was cool because he was a cop, but then we see him, he doesn't seem cool. The florist is weird. Kazama, okay, not to make this video too long, but the reason I have a problem with this show's Kiryu is because of the way they did Shintaro Kazuma. The way Shintaro Kazuma is portrayed, you can see why this Kiryu isn't the Kiryu from the games, but that's disappointing. This Kazama doesn't command a presence. That's right, Kiryu's the way he is. It's so weird. The only character that kind of, I think, is alright is Nishiki, but you know, they're gonna do the whole fallen brother trope, even though in the present day scenes, him and Nishiki and Kiryu and Yumi, they're all okay with each other. So far, it's still, like, you can tell there's been things that happen between them. But it's kind of just weird. I don't know. Everything's kind of weird in this show. A lot of dissonance. I get it, they're going for a different take, but when you do a different take and the thing you give me is just so disappointing, then I'm going to be disappointed. Alright, that's all there is to it. The licensed music is weird too. That All Around Me Are Familiar Faces song being played twice! First time you do it, shame on me. Second time, shame on you. That was just such a weird show. There's no receive you. Saejima gets shot in the stomach. I mean, the Taiga, Taiga Saejima and Goro Majima, they're fine in the show. They're fine so far. Only one, them and Nishiki, I'm okay with. Everything else is so just meh. Like Kiryu there's bits of Kiryu in this new one, like the scene where he gets out of jail and he fights that group of guys. That was cool, but there's so much that I just can't sit right with. So much. I've already rambled on this video enough, but so far for this Amazon show with the whole, the Millennium Tower thing, which is, like, Millennium Tower is pretty weird looking, but I don't know, all the characters I mentioned today, there's some new ones, but there's so many things. It's not about being a fan and thinking, oh, you changed something. It's about being a fan and seeing something that you like that was already well made, getting some kind of super serious adaptation that sucks all the fun out. Just go watch the 2007 movie. That's a good kind of fever dream. This show is the kind of fever dream where you're going through it and you're like, alright, fine. Alright, that's it for today. I've got a better, bigger video for the Kiryu we know, coming out soon. You'll see it when it comes out from the games. But anyway, I've been Tiger Drop Films. Thanks for hearing me ramble. I didn't want to ramble and be disappointed, but so far in the show, I am. And even if it gets better, these first couple episodes didn't really stick the landing. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. And I'll see ya in the next one. Go get yourself a Stamina X.